Carter came back and, also addressed it.
Y'all, Jaguar Wright is not letting up on the industry. She just flipped the internet upside down again because guess what? She finally exposed the person who tried to target Allie Carter like an animal. And this wasn't just some idle threat. This was a full-on attempt to take her life. And let's be real, they already tried it with Jaguar. They came for her. They came for Katt Williams. But when those two didn't fold, now they're going after Allie Carter. Because Allie's been making too much noise. She's been airing out their darkest secrets and they can't stand it. Now listen, I know everyone was pointing fingers at Diddy, like he's the mastermind behind all of this. But y'all, it's not him. And when you hear who's really behind this, you're gonna be shocked. Completely shocked. Allie has been saying it herself. She's being followed, watched, even attacked in her own home. She's been speaking out about disturbing things happening in the industry, especially involving children. And what she said next, it'll haunt you. Just a few days ago, she went off on IG Live. And when I tell you she let it all out, baby, whoo. She described how certain industry elites, including people allegedly tied to Diddy, have been involved in criminal behavior involving minors. She claimed the kids were placed in horrifying conditions, and these people allegedly carried out disturbing acts. These children, innocent children, were reportedly mistreated and many didn't survive. And those who did, they'll never be the same.
Graphic. But right now, I think a lot of people are not ready for someone to tell you that there are 3-4-year-olds that people take pride in sticking bars up children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old children to horse stables and have horses and dogs them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people hang children upside down in satanic ritual abuse meetings, and they literally hang them. Literally, by metal prongs, they hang them to get blood dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall to take their blood. There are situations that I don't think people are ready for. We're not touching the seriousness of trafficking. Like the videos that I've made, the videos that I've started to make, this is not even touching. This is the gist of it, and I think so many people are quick to raise a sign and say adrenochrome, but you don't know what it means, and you don't know why it's such a thing, why it's such a strong thing in trafficking, and how what makes it so strong. What, you know that they're drinking children's blood, but you don't know what they're doing to those children to make their blood strong enough to cause something to flip your system in order to keep you in the fountain of youth. No one believes that because it sounds like an unreal horror Disney movie that someone wrote. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of is.
And you're probably wondering, where are the missing child reports? Why isn't this a headline on every news outlet? Because, here's the twisted part, Allie said many of these kids were trafficked in from vulnerable countries. That's why no one's looking for them. That's why these people think they can get away with it. Y'all remember one of the things Diddy was arrested for? Human trafficking. Most people thought it was about parties and private gatherings, but apparently it goes deeper than that. This might have been part of it, and you think that's the worst of it? Think again, because what Allie said next will mess with your head. She spoke about how Diddy used to host certain events, but it wasn't just grown folks involved. Underage individuals were allegedly present, but the boys, they had it worse. According to Allie, they weren't allowed to eat before these events because Diddy didn't want any interruptions. But y'all, it gets even darker. Some people there, they allegedly had disturbing preferences. Yes, you heard me. So they'd pick out certain boys and make them do things that are completely inappropriate. Then they'd film it. That's how twisted it gets behind those elite industry doors.
Watching an episode called Pig Night. When I went, they tried to feed us, and I remember it because when
Pig
you
Night.
have to do
Say what?
orders, jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to like starve yourself, because when you have to do those type of jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up.
Really?
If you are doing, or if you are a guy doing it, you will shit everywhere.
Oh boy.
When this happens, your parents will get mad at you. Really mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you someone, you will have to lay in it. Celebrities that are a constant visit.
But now, Allie's paying the price for speaking out. The industry has had enough of her exposing secrets. They've been watching her, sending people to her house, trying to poison her, trying to scare her into silence. She even showed proof, literal video footage of what her house looked like after people broke in. Thank God she wasn't home, but they left a mess just to let her know, we were here. She said she's not even scared for herself anymore. She's scared for the innocent people around her, her friends, her family, people who didn't sign up for this war. She believes people behind this even leaked her address and hired people to come after her. This isn't just harassment. This is a coordinated attack.
You get pressured, attacked, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue a back and forth this week like that fucking mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has happened. But you guys were arguing back and forth, and in that meantime, we lost our home. You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the speaking out. What was our beautiful 3-bedroom acre home on 21225 Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marks, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other. So here you go. You can have it, right? Because this is what happens when you speak out. This is what happens when you tell all the truth. This is what happens when you decided to stand up for the children, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to do a seminar, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to just be and then show up somewhere and talk and monetize everything that they're saying. When you realize that that's bullshit, then you will understand. Look at the tactics and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm still not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but just to get outside. I don't give a damn about money, numbers on my platforms. You can have all of it. You took everything. The only thing that I give a shit about right now is the fact that there is a baby in the way. There's babies in the way. There are people that I love that I can't get out of the way. What am I supposed to do when the people in the authority that you're supposed to go to, you can't go to them?
And as soon as this all came out, people immediately thought of Jaguar Wright. Because just like Allie, Jaguar's been speaking out for years. And just like Allie, the industry came for her too. They didn't succeed, but they tried. And instead of taking her out, they got her locked up. All because she didn't return a U-Haul truck on time. Like, be for real. We all know someone who's forgotten to return a rental. They don't get arrested. They don't get thrown in jail for days. This wasn't about the U-Haul. This was about sending a message. Stay quiet or we'll ruin your life. But Jaguar didn't fold. She didn't stop talking. She didn't stop fighting. And remember Katt Williams? Jaguar said the same people came after him too. Armed people allegedly broke into Katt's house while he was sleeping, planning to harm him. Thankfully, Katt survived. But the trauma, it's been with him ever since. Jaguar said he used to sleep in Kevlar, a full-on protective vest, every night. Can you imagine being that scared? that hunted, he literally couldn't close his eyes without fearing for his life.
You know, every time I've been arrested for something that I didn't do, and yet nobody said, but did he get arrested finally and get the book ready to be thrown at his very, very, very dance? Y'all watch me get arrested there just for bringing Gene Deal to doubt.
Jaguar even did a recent interview where she called out the entire industry and the public for ignoring Allie's warnings. She said Allie's been out here risking her life trying to expose this evil, and we're just watching from the sidelines.
When Allie Carter came back and, also addressed it, on a good face, I tried to say all the right things. I tried not to compromise everybody. I tried. And guess what?
At what moment did it not work? Like, were you like, man, fuck.
Sitting with my son's corpse. For what was the question that loomed about my mind? For what?
Jack, can I ask you, when we see you working with the Roots, you got a Coca-Cola commercial, your album's coming out, you're on Song Cry with Jay-Z for the MTV Unplugged.
I was on the whole show.
Yeah, at what point?
Thank God, Mary sucks.
Where did the train stop? Like, at what moment did you feel like either you removed yourself or
the
you were removed?
second that I decided I had to walk away, because I knew if I stayed, I was gonna either be unalived or have to unalive. I sat on Piers Morgan and I said, he's gonna start little fires everywhere and force everyone else to carry water while he walks away with no response. Isn't that what we've seen happen ever since I did Piers Morgan?
What's happening to Allie isn't new. It's a pattern. This is what they do to anyone brave enough to speak up. But here's the thing. Jaguar and Allie, they're not backing down. They're still talking, still exposing, still naming names. People online are starting to get it too. One person said, Allie Carter has been talking. She's just now being recognized by big creators. Y'all need to do your research. She doesn't even make money from this. The truth doesn't cost anything. Another wrote, Allie is not fake. She never asks for a dime from her supporters. She always brings the conversation back to the kids. The kids being harmed, that's her focus. She's got big receipts, so stop trying to discredit her. So now it's time to ask, what do you think? Will Allie survive this storm? Will the industry finally silence her? Or is she just getting started? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more wild exposés like this, click right here to watch the next messy video.